Say that one more time for me.
This is Mickey Loomis here, GM of the Saints.
How you doing?
Good, how are you, man?
Good, been waiting on you.
Yeah, we have. It's been a long wait, man.
No, for sure.
We're going to take you with our next pick right here, man.
Yeah, yes, sir. Let's be legendary.
But you're going to have to wait a little bit longer, man.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Ready to go.
What does that mean?
What? What did he say?
I don't know.
How you gonna ask us what it mean and you was on the phone?
You heard that?
He said you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer.
Sorry about that.
Why did
he call? What the fuck?
Hey, that's funny.
I don't know what that was. It's 50-50. But nobody got this number though.
Did they just troll, bro?
It can't.
Man, he just got trolled, bro. They tripping now, fam. Now I'm crashed out, bro.
First shot. Still on the board.
That's wild.
Jalen Lewis still on the board.
You know what it is?
Now, quarterbacks are different.
Yeah.
We want mother, father, dual parent. We want that kid to be 3-5 and up because he's got to be smart. Not bad decisions off the field at all because he has to be a leader of men. It's so many different attributes and what we look for when we see a quarterback. And you lineman, I look for dual parent homes,
right?
A strong father that they adhered to,
right?
Smart kid, at least 3-3 and above.
You're also
defensive lineman is totally opposite.
What do you mean?
Single mama, trying to get it. He's on free lunch. I mean, I'm talking about just trying to make it. He trying to rescue mama. Like mama barely made the flight.
Trying to get out the mud.
And I want him to just go get it.
Yo, mama barely makes the flight. All right, y'all. Everybody come on in. I was going to talk about Shannon Sharp, but I needed to talk about this. I needed to get a lot off my chest. So everybody come in, hit the like button, share this video. A lot of people on Twitter are pulling up. I need the people watching on Twitter to 1, follow me on Twitter, 2, share this video. And I think there's a like button on Twitter, a thumbs up. I don't know, but YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and whoever else, make sure to hit the thumbs up button because this is going to be an eye opener for everybody. So some people who have been watching the NFL draft are like, yo, the NFL is hating on Shedeur Sanders. Absolutely not. Nobody's hating on nobody because guess what? NFL teams want to win. And if Shedeur Sanders is able to help a team win, they're going to draft him. But guess what? Shedeur Sanders most likely isn't going to help anybody win. And I'm about to explain why. But it has a lot to do with what Deion Sanders just said. There is a back office mindset that has a lot to do with the mentality of a quarterback, the mentality of an offensive lineman. And the reason why I'm bringing quarterbacks and offensive linemen up, because what a lot of people don't know is that those are the smartest positions. Sorry. The quarterback and an offensive lineman is usually white. Now, are there black offensive linemen? Are there black quarterbacks? Of course. But from a GM standpoint, from an NFL team standpoint, from a billionaire owner's standpoint, there's a mentality that a quarterback must have. There's a mentality that an offensive lineman must have. What this means is if a quarterback has been raised by a single mother, has been raised by a single father, has been raised in a broken home, does not have his mother and father in his life, or his mother and father isn't going at each other and hate each other, that person is not going to be a good offensive lineman or a good quarterback. And just for the record, there are anomalies. But when it comes to this game, you can't afford to draft a quarterback that has been raised by a single parent. And guess what? Shedeur Sanders has been raised by a single parent. This is an actual calculation or a formulation that NFL teams look at. They look at the mental of a draftee, not just their athletic abilities. So let's go back to this. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Let's go.
Taylor Miller still on the board.
You know what it is?
Now, quarterbacks are different.
Yeah.
We want mother, father, dual parent. We want that kid to be 3, 5, and up because he's got to be smart.
Mother, father, intact family. Deion Sanders said this. But guess what? Deion Sanders is pouting on the sideline, well, not on the sideline, in the draft room, well, not even draft, at home, crying about how his son is not being drafted when he said it. He's the one who said this. He said it.
Not bad decisions off the field at all, because he has to be a leader of men. It's so many different attributes in what we look for when we see a quarterback. And you, lineman, I look for dual parent homes.
Right.
He is saying the same thing that other GMs are not saying, but are doing. So for Deion Sanders to be sitting around wondering why his son that has been raised in a single parent home is not being drafted, this is possibly why. So I want to ask y'all, if, for those who actually follow the NFL, because some of y'all don't, if you were an NFL GM, would you draft Shedeur Sanders with your first overall pick? If I was a quarterback, if I was a GM or if I was an NFL team, I wouldn't. I would not. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. And drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Yo, drop football emojis in the chat for those who are football fans. Drop football emojis in the chat and drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at.
Strong father that they adhered to.
Right.
Smart kid, at least 3 and above.
You're also
defensive lineman's totally opposite.
What do you mean?
Single mama, trying to get it. He's on free lunch.
Drop football emojis in the chat. Drop football emojis in the chat.
I'm talking about just trying to make it. He trying to rescue mama. Like mama barely made the flight.
Trying to get out the mud.
And I want him to just go.
What he did was he reinforced every negative stereotype. We talked just earlier about black women in their hair. Maybe they shouldn't be on television. Maybe they should. It's not okay because it's somebody's truth to just say it. And as a black man, I'm going to say that he ought to know better and he ought to do better.
I think the interesting thing, though, is, when I first heard it, and this is just me being honest, race never entered the equation for me.
A lot of attributes. I like kids on the line with parents, man. Offensive linemen, I like dual parents, because they're much more serene. They're much more understanding of family, understanding of assignment. When a man talks into their life or yell at them, they don't trip because they've always had a man in their house. Defensive lineman, man, give me the kid from the trailer park, from the hood, from small beginnings. I want him hungry and ready to hunt.
I had to go at Deion a couple times, and I've had a lot of people hit me back on it like, yo, why are you trying to take a good black man down? And I totally understand that because Deion is in a position that few black people ever get to. And he got to that position, and he out here sounding just like the whitest white man. What we need a black coach for in Division I, in FBS, or anywhere else, if you're going to say the same stuff that the cats that are already there are saying, do the same things that they are already doing, and force all of us to stop and ask ourselves the question, if you don't want a quarterback from a single-family home, why is your son, the product of a divorced marriage, your quarterback?
Exactly.
It doesn't add up. It
What's going on, Bill Phillips? Shout out to you.
doesn't make sense. And the worst part about it is you out here blaming a bunch of kids and relegating them to one place in their lives because of something their parents did. Something that they got no control over. To make Rich Eisen laugh?
Now, I gotta say this. I gotta say this because I talk about single parent households all the time, but all of us are who we are because of our parents. I'll say that again. All of us are who we are because of our parents. So to back this up a little bit, what he said, you got to understand something. We are who we are because of our parents.
Kids and relegating them to one place in their lives because of something their parents did.
Yes, all of us are relegated to parts of our lives because of what our parents did. What are you talking about? I want y'all to think about that. Or let me know if I'm wrong or if I'm crazy or something. We all grew up in the neighborhoods that we grew up in because of what our parents did and who our parents were. The jobs that we have is most likely because of who our parents were. I'm online talking about this because of who my parents were. And everybody hit the like button, everybody hit the like button, everybody hit the like button, everybody hit the like button. I talk about single motherhood all the time, right? And the main reason why I talk about single motherhood instead of single fatherhood is mainly because most Black households are ran by women. Am I against single fatherhood? No. But what I need a lot of people to understand is, because I talk to women, because I coach women, a lot of people, male and females, they are problematic, traumatized by their single father also. My cousin, shout out to my cousin, he was raised by a single father. And guess what? He has easily admitted that he has maladaptive issues because of his single father, my uncle, raising him. My own uncle raised my cousin by himself. And guess what? My cousin, as an adult man, has admitted that because he was raised by a single father and did not have a good relationship with his mother, possibly like Shedeur Sanders, he has maladaptive issues. Not saying he has autism or nothing like that, but he has admitted that there are things that he doesn't necessarily possess. Like, for example, he doesn't possess a certain amount of empathy. He doesn't possess certain, I would say, emotional skills that somebody that was raised by their mother would have. And it's a possibility because of how Pilar Sanders treated, because the thing about it is, Deion Sanders chose a nutcase as a wife. If anybody remembers watching Deion Sanders, it was some Deion Sanders show. I forgot the name of the show. Hold on, let's see. I watched Deion Sanders and Pilar Sanders operate, and she was a nut. What was the reality show Deion Sanders used to be on? Yes, it was called Deion and Pilar, Prime Time Love. Put a 1 in the chat. Y'all ever watch Prime Time Love? It's called Deion and Pilar, Prime Time Love. Tell me if y'all ever watched that show. I used to watch that show, and Pilar was a nutbag. And I don't want to say anything about somebody's mama, but everybody's somebody's mama or somebody's daddy. So whatever. Put a 1 in the chat if you watched Prime Deion and Pilar, Prime Time Love. Pilar was a nutcase. He chose her. And because he chose her, she is now his mother. Well, Shedeur Sanders' mother. You don't think that young man has some maladaptive issues because his mom was a nutcase? Do you think I, as a GM of an NFL team, want that boy being a quarterback, not a running back, not a safety, not a linebacker, not a defensive lineman, the quarterback, when your mama is a nutbag? Are you crazy? So yes, we are the products of our parents. And yes, LeBron James and other people made it because, and they were raised by a single parent, but they made it despite being raised by a single parent. And that is the thing that nobody wants to talk about. A lot of people were raised despite being raised by a single parent. Even though my dad was in my life, even though my dad gave me early programming, I was raised by my mother mainly. I have not seen my dad since, like, I just built a relationship with my father, like, within the last 2 years. I ain't seen my dad, since recently, since I was like 16. So from 16 to my age now, I ain't seen my dad. So I was raised by a single mother, and guess what? It affected me. Some of y'all look at me and be like, yo, why are you so hard on single mothers? It's because I was raised by a single mother. It's because of all the stupid shit I watched my mom do. And I can easily empathize with a lot of other people that was not only raised by single mothers, but the kids that are presently being raised by single mothers. And some of y'all may say, well, if your dad, talking about my personal dad, my dad, talking about me, if your dad raised you by himself instead of your mother, would you be better off? Fuck no. Absolutely not. Let's do this. Yes or no? If you were raised by a single mother, if your dad would have raised you by himself instead of your mother, would you be better off? Yes or no? Put in the chat. I would not be better off if my dad raised me instead of my mom. And my mom couldn't think herself out of a goddamn plastic bag. My mom used to do the dumbest shit. But at the same time, my mom had a certain amount of emotional, like, she was there for me literally every day of my young life. And that is the thing that nurtured me the most. My mom was lazy. My mom kept dating the dumbest dudes. My mom was a pookie picker. My mom used to get slapped around by different dudes that she chose, and then he'll slap around, and then next thing you know, what happens? She'll bring the nigga back. I actually had to grow up early at the age of 13 and start selling crack in order to buy my own self school clothes. I was raised in the hood, in the projects. Used to have to fight, shoot, sell crack, all kinds of shit. But if I was raised by my father alone, without my mother, I would have a worse life. And I would probably be in jail or some shit. Because even though my dad was this military-minded person, knowing my dad now, my dad does not take accountability for his own actions. Because yes, when I did get to know my dad after being an adult, did he apologize to me for not being around? No. Did he blame my mom for everything? Yes. But I can accept that. And we have a great relationship. But guess what, y'all? I have a sister. I was raised as an only child, but I recently, in the last couple of years, found out I had a sister. My sister somewhat has the same experience that I had with my dad. So my sister had a totally different mama, but guess what? she has the same strange or off-putting relationship with my dad as I do. And my sister was in Philadelphia. So my sister was somewhat raised by my dad. And I can see how my sister is. I'd be like, yeah, I'm good. I'm glad that I was raised by my mom. Is single motherhood bad? Yes. Is single fatherhood bad? Yes. So the thing about it is, we talk all this shit about single motherhood, but single fatherhood is not just as bad, but it's also bad. So for anybody that was raised in a single parent household, whether male or female, you have maladaptive issues, whether you want to admit it or not. We run around talking about how fathers are the most whatever. No. Fathers be having issues also. So let's get back to this Shedeur Sanders situation, because there are so many aspects and so many variables to this. It will blow your mind. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button and share this video.
This up. And they only have themselves to blame here. And
Everybody drop football emojis in the chat. Drop football emojis in the chat. Drop football emojis in the chat.
they screwed this up. And they only have themselves to blame here. And I'm not talking about 20 years of Deion being outspoken. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this pre-draft process. They called their shot early that Deion was going to be like Archie Manning, and they were going to try to get Shedeur where he wanted to go, like Eli.
I totally agree with you, but you think that what about all the other stuff?
Well, what's the other stuff?
Oh, the fact that Deion is a successful college football coach who said, I want to coach my son in the NFL. Again, I kept saying, you don't think Kellen Moore heard that quote? Like, you're going to draft a guy whose dad wants to take your job and is super famous? How about the fact that Deion is incredibly opinionated? He went to Colorado and cut his entire team on the spot. He does not hold back. If Shedeur's not playing and the starter is struggling even a little bit, he is way too involved in this. And if you're a team, it's that I totally agree with you, but it's not just that. It's everything, Deion. It's a huge pain in the butt.
So I want y'all to think about this. Say I was the GM of the Atlanta Falcons, right? And say the Atlanta Falcons, draft Shedeur Sanders. How many times as a coach or GM am I going to have to deal with Deion Sanders trying to call me saying, yo, I got some, you didn't play in the NFL, but I did. Do you know that most position coaches and head coaches in the NFL have never played football? And Deion Sanders is a Hall of Famer. Deion Sanders is a Hall of Famer quarterback. And say if I was a coach, if I was a GM, if I was a whatever, do you know how many times I'm going to have to deal with Deion Sanders calling me and saying, hey, my brother, I respect what you're doing with my son, but respectfully, you didn't play in the NFL, so you need to listen to me. Nigga, if you don't get off my goddamn phone, don't nobody want to deal with this damn helicopter parent ass man being in everybody's goddamn business. Say if I was a bench Shedeur Sanders, or say because Shedeur Sanders is a rookie, I don't let him play for like the first 6 games so he can learn the damn game. Deion Sanders' dumbass is going to go out and get on somebody else's podcast and have a mic in front of him and say, well, I don't know why the Atlanta Falcons is not letting my son play. My son is better than so-and-so, so-and-so, and this is a travesty, and it's because he's black. Don't nobody want to deal with that shit. Every time something goes wrong with Shedeur Sanders, Deion Sanders' ass is going to get on somebody's goddamn podcast and it's going to show up on the Shade Room talking about how whatever team Shedeur Sanders is on is racist and is hating on his son. Who the hell wants to deal with that shit? So the real Hugh says, so you don't think Archie Manning didn't ever have nothing to say about his coaches? Let me tell you something about Archie Manning. This is Peyton Manning and Peyton Manning's dad. The difference between Deion Sanders and Archie Manning is Archie Manning is old as hell, is not hip, is not in this podcasting world. If you've seen Archie Manning walking down the street, you wouldn't know who the fuck he is. He's just some old ass white dude. Don't nobody know who the hell Archie Manning is. Archie Manning is not on social media. Archie Manning is not on no goddamn podcast talking about men versus women shit. If you Google, I'll do it right now. I'm just going to Google it. Deion Sanders talks about the gender war. I'm just going to, boom, right here. All kinds of shit show up. Deion Sanders is on all kinds of podcasts and shit. So Archie Manning, which is Peyton Manning's father, Archie handles things in the background, behind the scenes. Yes. See, the thing about it is black people are overall attention whores. Okay? This is our goddamn problem as black people. You want to know why we as black people can't have shit? Because we are attention whores. We got to have the big chains. We got to be on somebody's podcast. We got to have an opinion about every goddamn thing. We can't just sit back and let shit go. When Shedeur Sanders started falling in the NFL draft, Shedeur Sanders wasn't talking. Deion was talking. Deion keeps talking. Deion don't know how to shut the hell up. So when you got this helicopter ass parent, it turns into a huge problem when an NFL team is trying to get to the playoffs. Do you know how many Monday morning quarterbacks we are? I want y'all to think about this. I'm a Rams fan. I talk shit to my Rams fan friends like, yo, man, they need to trade this person. They need to get rid of this person. They need to do this. But I'm just a nobody. The Rams don't know me. But imagine if my son was the Rams quarterback. I'd be, yo, what y'all over there doing? I'd be in a damn locker room. I try to get on the sideline. I'm at every game, and I'm not in the stands at every game. I'm down here breathing in my son's neck, down my son's neck. Yo, you got to get him. Dad, move. Like, come on, man. Don't nobody want to deal with that shit. So do I want to see Shedeur Sanders win and do well? Yes. I want to see every black person do well. But the reason why I'm here, and we're going to keep going on these videos, is because sometimes a single father can be worse than a single mother, especially when it comes to sports. How many times have you seen a father almost get into a fist fight with the coach of his son at a goddamn football game, soccer game? Come on. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever seen a dad almost fight or start yelling at his son's coaches on the sideline. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever seen that. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever seen a dad yell at his son's coaches, be ready to fight the damn coach. Put a 1 in the chat if you've seen that. Because that's the thing, y'all. There's a certain level of, yo, I don't want that parent in the stands, because he keeps yelling from the damn sidelines, go left, son, go left, son, do this, son. He's over talking the goddamn coach. The coach is like, all right, do this, do that. Here comes that. Do this, son. Come on, man. Don't nobody want to do that shit. Yes, exactly. Diddy allegedly hit his son's coach in the head with a kettlebell. Put a 1 in the chat. You remember that? Put a 1 in the chat and you remember Diddy hitting, or the news of Diddy hitting his son's coach in the head with a damn kettlebell. Don't nobody want to deal with this shit. All right, so let's get back to these videos.
This is Mickey Loomis here, GM of the Saints.
Look how they troll him. This is crazy.
Say it one more time for me.
This is Mickey Loomis here, GM of the Saints.
How you doing?
Good, how are you, man?
Good, been waiting on you.
Go. Yeah, we have. It's been a long wait, man.
No, for sure.
We're going to take you with our next pick right here, man.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Let's be legendary.
But you're going to have to wait a little bit longer, man.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Ready to go.
Listen to his dad. His dad don't even know what's going on. Shut up. They're not drafting him, stupid. He over there. Shut up.
What does that mean?
What? What did he say?
I don't know.
How you gonna ask us what it means and you was on the phone?
You heard that?
He said you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. Sorry about that.
Why did he talk? What the fuck?
Hey, that's funny.
I don't know what that was. It's 50-50. But nobody got this number though.
Did they just troll, bro?
Okay.
Man, he just got trolled, bro. They tripping now, fam. Now I'm getting crashed out, bro.
First shot. Still on the
That's
board.
wild.
Jalen Miller still on the board.
You know what it is?
Now, quarterbacks are different.
Yeah.
We want mother, father, dual parent. We want that kid to be 3, 5 and up because he's got to be smart. Not bad decisions off the field at all.
All right, check this out. Andy, Ari, shout out to you, says, why is the assumption that Deion will be a problem? Because Deion's a problem now. What are you talking about? Deion Sanders is a problem right now. I'm about to show you proof. What are you talking about? Deion Sanders is a whole problem right now. And the boy ain't even got drafted yet. And I'm about to show you why he's a problem. You ain't even let enough videos go by. Watch this.
Because he has to be a leader of men. It's so many different attributes in what we look for when we see a quarterback. And like you lineman, I look for dual parent homes,
right?
A strong father that they adhered to,
right?
Smart kid, at least 3.3 and above.
You're also
defensive lineman's totally opposite.
What do you mean?
Single mama, trying to get it. He's on free lunch. I'm talking about just trying to make it. He trying to rescue mama. Like mama barely made the flight.
Trying to get out the mud.
And I want him to just go.
What he did was he reinforced every negative stereotype. We talked just earlier about black women in their hair. Maybe they shouldn't be on television. Maybe they should. It's not okay because it's somebody's truth to just say it. And as a black man, I'm going to say that he ought to know better and he ought to do better.
I think the interesting thing, though, is, when I first heard it, and this is just me being honest, race never entered the equation for me.
There's a lot of attributes. I like kids on the line with parents, man. Offensive linemen, I like dual parents, because they're much more serene. They're much more understanding of family, understanding of assignment. When a man talks into their life or yell at them, they don't trip because they've always had a man in their house. Defensive lineman, man, give me the kid from the trailer park, from the hood, from small beginnings. I want him hungry and ready to hunt.
I had to go.
All right, Eric Reed says, if Deion is a problem, well, let's see. Hold on, no, here you go. Roddy says, is Deion Sanders not successful? Is he not a Hall of Famer? That's actually part of the problem. That's part of the problem. Deion wants to coach his own son in the NFL. Deion Sanders wants to coach his own son because he's a Hall of Famer. I said earlier that the biggest issue with this is because Deion Sanders is a Hall of Fame cornerback. And I said this earlier. Most coaches in the NFL, was a head coach or a position coach, never played a day in the NFL. Didn't even play in college. Some of them did, but most of them didn't. So who is this guy to tell Deion Sanders no? So because Deion Sanders is a Hall of Fame player, that's the reason why you don't want his son playing for your goddamn team. Because Deion Sanders is going to think he knows more than you do. And guess what? He probably does know more than you do, but he's not the goddamn head coach. I am. That's why. What are you talking about? Don't nobody want to deal with that shit.
I had Deion a couple times, and I've had a lot of people hit me back on it like, yo, why are you trying to take a good black man down? And I totally understand that because Deion is in a position that few black people ever get to. And he got to that position, and he out here sounding just like the whitest white man. What we need a black coach for in Division I, in FBS, or anywhere else, if you're going to say the same stuff that the cats that are already there are saying, do the same things that they are already doing, and force all of us to stop and ask ourselves the question, if you don't want a quarterback from a single-family home, why is your son, the product of a divorced marriage, your quarterback?
Right. Your quarterback. Right.
It doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. And the worst part about it is you out here blaming a bunch of kids and relegating them to one place in their lives because of something their parents did. Something that they got no control over. To make Rich Eisen laugh? And look, I go on Rich Eisen's show. I try to make him laugh every time I go on there. But I ain't going to embarrass myself to do it, and I'm sure not going to embarrass anybody else in the process.
If you don't know who this is, he is a former NFL star and now the head football coach at the University of Colorado Boulder, where he is now saying that he's looking for dual-parent homes in quarterbacks, and single mama households for in University of Colorado. If you don't know who this is, he is a former NFL star and now the head football coach at the University of Colorado Boulder, where he is now saying that he's looking for dual-parent homes in quarterbacks, and single mama households for defensive linemen. Now let's get into his reason why. He says
You can't get mad at another team for actually following your advice. If you think, as Deion Sanders, that it doesn't make sense for a football team to draft a quarterback who doesn't have dual parents, why would you get mad at a team for not drafting your son when your son does not come from a dual parent household?
For quarterbacks, he wants someone in a dual parent home because he wants them to have a good GPA, smart, to be able to make good decisions off the field, and to be a leader of men. And this is why he wants recruits from single mothers for defensive linemen. He says defensive lineman is totally opposite. Single mama trying to get it, he's on free lunch. I'm talking about just trying to make it. He's trying to rescue mama, like mama barely made the flight.
Like mama barely made the flight is crazy. Facebook, everybody on Facebook, make sure to share this video. This is about single parenthood. This is not about football. This is about single parenthood. So whether you're a male or female, whether you're a football fan or not, that don't matter. Share this video, like this video, hit the like button. And everybody, to the new people that just came in, make sure to drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. And if you're the fan of a football team, drop your team in the chat. I need to drop my team in the chat too. So if you're a fan of a football team, drop your team in the chat. Y'all already know I'm a Rams fan. We almost made it to the Super Bowl last year. So I know y'all probably hate the Rams because we, keep making it to the playoffs and the rest of y'all teams other than the Eagles. And I'm from Philly, so I'm a fan of the Eagles also. But drop your team in the chat. Drop your football team in the chat. If you are a fan of a football team, drop it in the chat and tell me why your team is such a loser other than the Rams. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Frankie. I love it.
Really?
Deion Sanders is wild. Did y'all hear what he said? He said when he recruits a quarterback, he wants them to come from a 2-point parent home. Good decision makers. But when he recruits a D lineman, he wants them single mamas, free lunch.
Jordan, Shedeur and Deion scoffed at the idea that Shedeur would fall to the Saints at pick 9 and be selected there.
I know you're going to be a first rounder.
Now,
you've seen your arm talent.
Sure.
Some people got you projected top 1, 2, or you fall to like 9.
I don't know about that.
Y'all see that? Y'all see that, right? I told y'all I'm going to show y'all proof that Deion Sanders is presently a problem. This was last night. This was Friday night. We're going to play it again. This was Friday night. Who the hell wants to see this
Fall
shit?
to the Saints at pick 9 and be selected there.
I know you're going to be a first rounder. You've seen your arm talent.
Sure.
Some people got you projected top 1, 2, or you fall to like 9.
I don't know about that.
Where y'all at? Where are y'all at? Y'all sat here and tried to call me a hater. Y'all sat here and asked me, why do you think Deion Sanders is a problem? This nigga said that on national TV before the draft started. What are you talking about? Deion Sanders is literally ruining his own son's life. Why is Deion Sanders there? Right here. Why is Deion Sanders there? Because he's an attention whore. Deion Sanders is an attention whore. This is the reason why black people don't have shit or can't hold on to shit or can't build their children up. Because a parent is a goddamn attention whore. Then it makes the kid an attention whore. So now you got dad attention whore, son attention whore with a microphone. Oh no, I need to go in. Shut up. Let whoever drafts you draft you. Put a 1 in the chat if you think black people overall are attention whores. Put a 1 in the chat if you think black people overall are attention whores. Put a 1 in the chat if you think black people are attention whores. We're attention whores. Deion Sanders wants all the goddamn attention. He's living vicariously through his goddamn son. Why are you standing there with a goddamn microphone standing next to your son? Give it to your fucking son, bro.
At the idea that Shedeur would fall to the Saints at pick 9 and be selected there.
I know you're going to be a first rounder. You've seen your arm talent.
Sure.
Some people got you projected top 1, 2, or you fall to like 9.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. Like, who says that? It gets worse, y'all.
Deion and Shedeur know at this time that they would be begging to.
All right, let's keep going. This shit is crazy.
Rescue mama. Like mama barely made the flight. Really?
Deion Sanders is wild. Did y'all hear what he said? He said when he recruits a quarterback, he wants them to come from a 2-point parent home, good decision makers. But when he recruits a D lineman, he wants them single mamas, free lunch type. That sounds crazy on face value. Let me tell you all a story. I was coming out of college, NFL Combine. You meet with 32 billionaires. I'm sitting with a certain team. I will not tell you the team. I'll just say they are a South region-based football team. The general manager, he says, Emmanuel, you come from a 2-parent home, right? I'm like, yes, sir, I do. Dad's has his PhD in psychology. My mom is working on her doctorate in nurse practitioning. He said,
y'all see that, right? So it's not just Deion. I'm going to let the video play, but I need y'all to understand, it is not Deion's formula. Deion told everybody what their formula is. It's not Deion's formula. So the reason why Shedeur Sanders is not getting drafted is because he comes from a single parent household. It's because his mom is a nut bag. His mental makeup is not the pedigree that you think it is because of the woman that this Hall of Famer had a baby with. So you have this Hall of Fame DNA in Deion Sanders, but you also have this nutbag DNA in Lamar Sanders. That makes him, shall I say this? Terrell Owens. Having that type of DNA makes Shedeur Sanders a Terrell Owens. No way in hell do I want Terrell Owens being my quarterback. Terrell Owens was a great wide receiver. AB was a great wide receiver. But imagine if Antonio Brown or Terrell Owens was a quarterback. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? You can have a nut case as a wide receiver. You can have a nut case as a safety. You can have a nut case as a defensive lineman. You cannot have a nut case as a quarterback. Lamar Sanders was a nutcase. See, your choices in women is crucial. Ladies, your choices in men is crucial. If I was an NFL team, there's no way in hell I would draft Shedeur Sanders. Undrafted free agent, yeah, I'll bring you on with waivers. 3rd, 4th round pick, yes. Probably not even that. Roddy said, Pilar can't play football. Y'all got to understand, Deion Sanders is a Hall of Fame athlete. Deion Sanders is a Hall of Fame physical specimen. You don't really have to be that much of an athlete when you're a quarterback. I'm not saying quarterbacks are not athletic, but the majority of what a quarterback does is up here. Deion Sanders had it up here too, but Deion Sanders did not have a nutbag for a mother. Shedeur Sanders has a nutbag as a mother. That affects your psyche. Seeing all this crazy shit that his mother did to his father, I'm sure affected him. He has nutcase DNA inside of him because of who his mother was. To you women who date these pieces of shit dudes, your son is going to be half of a piece of shit. Because that piece of shit man's DNA is in your kid. To you men who have babies with piece of shit women, your child is going to have that piece of shit woman's DNA in your kid. Yes, mental acuity is huge. I am talking about this not because of the NFL, football. No, this is about single parenthood. This is about epigenetics. This is about choosing the wrong person to have a baby with. This is right in my wheelhouse. Because some of y'all saying, oh, you just riding the wave. You just trying to get likes. No, this is in my wheelhouse. I would not be talking about this if Deion Sanders and another woman had a baby and made Shedeur Sanders. No, Deion Sanders chose this crazy ass woman to marry and have a kid with. And now their son is reaping the negative benefits of a Hall of Famer helicopter dad mixed with a nut job as a mother. Be careful of the people you lay down with. He's a quarterback. If he was a defensive lineman, hell yeah. Because I actually agree with the shit that Deion Sanders was talking about, but the single mother shit. Yeah, give me a defensive lineman that has a single mother and grew up in the hood, because that nigga is going to be angry. Sorry, he is. He's going to be maladaptive, and he's going to have a certain pulse about him that is going to make him go after the quarterback. Like the quarterback is the father that left him. Let me at that nigga. Ah! But if he's a quarterback, no, I need him to be in a two-parent household. Because a quarterback don't need to be angry. A quarterback don't need to be maladaptive.
Says, what's the hardest thing you've ever been through? I said, well, the hardest thing I've ever been through is probably trying to live a life above reproach, just trying to stay consistent with been through. Daniel, you come from a two-parent home, right? I'm like, yes, sir, I do. Dad's has his PhD in psychology. My mom is working on her doctorate in nurse practitioning. He says, what's the hardest thing you've ever been through? I said, well, the hardest thing I've ever been through is probably trying to live a life above reproach, just trying to stay consistent with my character each and every day. He said, anybody ever been shot? I said, no, sir, don't know anybody ever been shot. Grandma still alive, parents still alive. He looks at me, he says, you're not a great fit for our team. You'll be a great leader one day. Wish you much success, but you're not a great fit here. Essentially, he was saying my life had been too good for them to want to draft me. They obviously did.
See, the thing about it is the quarterback's life has to be beautiful and good and loving. But a running back's life has to be terrible. A defensive lineman's life has to be trash. A linebacker's life has to be in the gutter where his mom was a crackhead or some shit. Because there's a certain amount of anger that you have to have as a defensive player. It gives you grit. So Shedeur Sanders being a quarterback of all positions is the reason why, one of the reasons why he's not getting drafted. Because all of this shit matters. Who your parents are, both parents, and how their relationship with each other makes you who you are.
Did not draft me. He got fired a few years later. So what Deion said, teams definitely think, college or pro.
Yes.
But it's the first time I've ever heard it said out loud.
A couple teams that I won't allow him to play for.
Here's another thing. So Miss Lady says, well, I guess Lamar Jackson is the exception to the rule. He was raised by a single mother. I'm going to go there. Sorry, I'm going to go there. Lamar Jackson is the exception to the rule. And the reason why Lamar Jackson is an exception to the rule is because he makes plays with his feet. Not because he's a good quarterback. What y'all think about it? If Lamar Jackson was not the quintessential Michael Vick 2.0, he would not have gotten drafted by the Baltimore Ravens. Sorry. Lamar Jackson, is not good enough to win a Super Bowl for the Baltimore Ravens without the use of his physical attributes as a running back. Lamar Jackson is a running back in a quarterback's body. If Lamar Jackson did not have the ability to do Michael Vick type of plays, he would not be the quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens. Sorry. He is Michael Vick 2.0. There's a reason why he has not made it to a Super Bowl now. There's a reason why he has not made it to the Super Bowl or won a Super Bowl. It's because he was raised by a single mother. I'm just going to say it. Lamar Jackson will never win a Super Bowl. Sorry. Sorry. Lamar Jackson is a great quarterback. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. But because of what we're talking about, this mental makeup up here, you have to be a certain type of human to win a Super Bowl. Yes, Archie Manning is going to be the Rams quarterback for next year. And yes, he does know how to run. Yes, he does know how to run. So I'm not saying that because he's black. I said because he's raised by a single mother. So don't get it twisted. I'm not saying a black quarterback can't do A, B, and C, because almost the most winningest quarterback is black. So I didn't say that. Don't put no words in I said because he was raised by a single mother, not because he's black. Because who is a GOAT right now? A black quarterback. The GOAT, the greatest player of all time, is Patrick Mahomes, a black quarterback. So it's about the single mother household stuff, not the being a black man stuff. All right, let's keep going. Now listen to what stupid shit Deion Sanders says now.
Too good for them to want to draft me. They obviously did not draft me. He got fired a few years later. So what Deion said, teams definitely think, college or pro. But it's the first time I've ever heard it said out loud.
A couple teams that I won't allow him to play for. Whoa. This is my profession. I know what's behind the curtain. We ain't got to get back there for me to understand what's not prominent for my son.
You hear this shit? Do you hear this shit? Do you? I got to rewind it one more time, y'all. Do you hear this shit?
A couple teams that I won't allow him to play for. Whoa. This is my profession. I know what's behind the curtain. We ain't got to get back there for me to understand what's not prominent for my son. I'm not doing it, man.
Jordan, Shedeur and Deion scoffed at the idea that Shedeur would fall to the Saints at pick 9 and be selected there.
I know you're gonna be a first rounder. You seen your arm talent. Sure. You know, some people got you projected top 1, 2. You know, or you fall to like 9. At where you? I don't know about that.
Same shit. Same shit. Same shit. It's all bullshit.
Whoa. This is my profession. I know what's behind the curtain. We ain't got to get back there for me to understand what's not prominent for my son. I'm not doing it. Ain't
And
no
if he
way in the
doesn't
world.
listen to you?
Who? No, you must mean owners, like not my son.
Have you told him?
So somebody said, Real Hugh said, Archie said the same thing when Eli was drafted. A couple things, like I said earlier with Archie Manning, Eli Manning, Peyton Manning. I said it before, I'll say it again. Did you ever see Archie Manning on Tamron Hill show? Did you ever see, this is the culture. It's a culture thing. Even though Deion Sanders is like 57, almost 60 years old, he is one of us. He is a part of our culture. He has the gold chain like the rest of us do. Like, he's a part of the culture. He makes the Shade Room on a normal basis. He goes on podcasts on a normal basis. He's a part of the Black culture, which means he has a lot of cultural influence, which causes problems with not just an NFL team, but the city that the NFL team is in. Like I said, Atlanta, as an example, because I live in Atlanta. If Atlanta Falcons drafted Shedeur Sanders and Deion Sanders does not like how we're treating Shedeur Sanders, Deion Sanders is going to get on podcast after podcast after podcast. And it's not going to be NFL podcasts. It's going to be cultural podcasts that will affect the fan base of the Atlanta Falcons. So I want y'all to understand that. The fan base of the Atlanta Falcons, the people who actually go to the stadium, the people who actually buy tickets, Deion Sanders would actually be able to go on podcasts, make it a Shade Room, and turn around and say, hey, if my son does not start for the Atlanta Falcons, just using this as an example, I need all the Black people in Atlanta to stop going to Falcons games. Guess what Deion Sanders would be able to do? Niggas will stop going to Falcons games. Tell me if I'm wrong. Say right or wrong in the chat right now. Say right or wrong in the chat right now. If the Atlanta Falcons drafted Shedeur Sanders and benches Shedeur Sanders, and Atlanta is a Black city, could Deion Sanders do something that Archie Manning would never be able to do? Go on podcast after podcast after podcast and say, if the Atlanta Falcons does not start my son, I need everybody in Atlanta to stop going to Falcons games, and everybody will stop going to Falcons games. Say right or wrong in the chat. See, there's a cultural influence versus a behind the scenes influence. Archie Manning has never had the type of influence that Deion Sanders now has. Deion Sanders can literally control how much money a football team makes. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. There's a cultural influence that Archie Manning did not have. You ain't never seen Archie Manning do this shit.
It's the first time I've ever heard it said out loud.
A couple teams that I won't allow him to play for. Whoa. This is my profession. I know what's behind the curtain. We ain't got to get back there for me to understand what's not prominent for my son.
Betty Thomas, shout out to you. You say your cousin Leonard Floyd was signed to the Atlanta Falcons. I know about Leonard Floyd because he used to play for the Rams. So shout out to Leonard Floyd. I really like Leonard Floyd. So he's going to do good. He played for the Rams.
I'm not doing it.
And if he doesn't listen to you?
Who? No, you must mean owners, like not my son.
Have you told him privately who you would like for him to play for?
It's not like who I would like for him to play for. It's this is
It's so funny. It's funny when he's lost for words because
I know what's going on.
But it's funny because he never comes.
All right, I need everybody to hit the like button. I haven't been saying hit the like button, and I haven't been showing in the commercials because I'm so passionate about this right now. But I need everybody to breathe for a second because I know y'all mad. So I need Twitter to follow me on Twitter. If you're watching right now, follow me on Twitter. Comment under the video on Twitter. And everybody on Facebook, share this video on Facebook. And everybody on YouTube, I need everybody on YouTube to hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. The likes are down. I need y'all to hit the like button. All right. We got about 600 people watching from different platforms. I need everybody to hit the like button, everybody to share this video, and everybody to subscribe to my channel on whatever prospective platform you're on. And yeah, hit the thumbs up button.
The conclusion. No, he never does.
No,
He's gonna be the last one to ever say that.
I like to have hope, and I like to trust God. God ain't this
ain't God.
This
the devil.
Devil.
It wasn't cute after 21. That was the final straw.
But what's crazy is Deion Sanders is the devil. Deion Sanders is the devil that they speak of. All this is Deion Sanders' fault. The attention whore he is. Deion Sanders is an attention whore. He wants all the goddamn attention. If my kid was doing anything famous, you would never see me. Because I want her to get her shine. Every time you see Shedeur Sanders, here come Deion Sanders. Hey, my son, my son, my son, my son. Nigga, go sit down somewhere. What's going on, Andre? Yes, somebody had to say it. Get this nigga out of here. I'm talking about Deion Sanders, not Andre. Shout out to Andre Hatchett. I ain't seen you in a minute, bro. What are we discussing here? We're discussing single fatherhood and how detrimental it is to a child's growth. That's what we're talking about.
But you can explain. This is just unexplainable now.
This to the point now where you like, hey man, all right, y'all gotta stop, man.
All right, let me fast forward past this music. Sorry, y'all, I had to fast forward past the music.
Tonight, the way that they were intentionally trying to break this baby's spirit. Moms, listen, they don't want your baby to be self-assured. Mom, they do not want your baby to know who he is. Mom, they do not want your baby to come from anything and understand who he is as a black man. And you pay attention to it. And if you don't believe that this is not intentional, go back and look at some of the interviews that happened with Serena and Venus Williams when they were little girls. How people would call out how self-assured they were and try to break them. You will never see it with a white athlete.
All right, so Trudy said it's okay. That's his dad. If he wasn't with him, then people would talk shit. No, you got to understand, y'all. I'm not talking about that Deion Sanders is a good dad. I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about how Deion Sanders does not allow his kids to go live their own lives. I can call my daughters right now if y'all want me to. I let my kids live their lives. Now, they do have the answer to me, but it's in the background. I'm in the background of my kids' lives. I'm not all in their faces all the time. But yes, it's certain things that have to come through me with my kids. But at the same time, I'm not this helicopter dad. That's the difference.
You will never see the intentionality. This is tantamount to like a modern day lynching. And y'all come close and I'm gonna tell y'all how I'm gonna tie this together for you. There was a time to make everybody else get in line.
I can't play that. She's playing They're Not Like Us in the background. Sorry, y'all. I cannot play her video because they're playing They're Not Like Us in the background. It's going to give me a copyright strike.
I'm a divorced father, but I didn't stop fathering. One custody of my kids, and I never stopped fathering. By myself, working at CBS and working at the NFL Network, never stopped fathering. So I've been there the whole time. So no matter what life presents you, don't stop doing what you've been called to do. Never stop fathering. I built my life around my kids. The moves I made was based on my babies, not me. They was based on what was good for them. So I take pride in that. Ain't no baby daddy. I'm a father.
And I commend Deion for that. I am not taking that away from Deion Sanders. I'm not taking just being a good father from any of you. And I'm not saying being a father is a bad thing. Being a single father is a bad thing. I'm not saying being a single mother is a bad thing. Do what you got to do, no matter who you are. But just understand that there are some variables that are going to be affecting your kid as they grow up if they were raised by a single parent. And then at the same time, what I think Deion Sanders is doing is something that single mothers do. What is that? I think he's overcompensating because of his choice in women. I think Deion Sanders in some type of way has to overcompensate and overlove his kids. You can't do that. You can't overcompensate for what the other parent did or did not do and start being this overbearing helicopter parent. And like I said, this nigga is everywhere his son is, and he has a microphone too. Go be in the crowd, bro.
Scoffed at the idea that Shedeur would fall to the Saints at pick 9 and be selected.
This nigga is coaching his son. Why you gotta coach your own goddamn son? I don't want to coach my kid. Go live your life, child.
I know you're gonna be.
Why this nigga got a microphone? Like, your son is about to be drafted, not you. Get your ass out of there and go sit in the crowd, sir. Go be a proud dad in the fucking crowd.
First rounder, you've seen your arm talent. Sure. You know, some people got you projected top 1, 2, you know, or you fall to like 9.
And then at the same time, if you do want to stand next to your son, shut the fuck up. He all like, shut up. Just stand there. If you want to stand there, support your son. Shit. Yeah, just like with LeBron. LeBron's son does not need to be on no goddamn LA Lakers team.
I don't know about that.
He's the first person that said something. Shut the fuck up. I would love to interview Deion Sanders just to get him away from his son for 30 minutes.
Fall to like 9.
Little did Deion and Shedeur.
Shut up. So this is the reason why nobody is going to draft Shedeur Sanders. Is the draft going on? NFL draft covers today. Let's see. What time is the NFL draft today? What time is the NFL draft on Sunday? Noon. Okay, so everybody check right now. I bet you nobody has drafted Shedeur Sanders yet. Everybody check. Has Shedeur Sanders been drafted yet? Oh, shit. Okay, Cleveland just picked Shedeur Sanders. Okay, that's hilarious. The Cleveland Browns just drafted Shedeur Sanders. So one, shout out to Shedeur Sanders. He just got drafted. So good. I'm happy that he is now a part of an NFL team. Cleveland just drafted. You're wrong. I'm glad I'm wrong. I want to say this again. I'm glad I'm wrong. I'm glad I'm wrong. Because like I said, I want this young man to flourish. Finally in the 5th round. All right. So he got drafted in the 5th round. And I just want y'all to know this. Name the other NFL quarterbacks that are great or have done great things that were drafted in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th round. Did y'all know? Because some of y'all don't know this. The GOAT, the other GOAT, was an undrafted free agent. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that? You still right about Deion. Facts. But come on, y'all. Name the quarterbacks that either were not drafted or were drafted late. Come on, y'all. Tom Brady. Name another one. Because there's a lot of them. Let's do the list. I thought y'all knew. What are all of the starting quarterbacks who were not drafted in the 2nd or 1st round? There's a bunch of them. Move. Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson. There we go. There we go. Yeah, there's a bunch of people. But Dak is never going to win a Super Bowl either. Yes. Cunningham. Yes. Randall Cunningham was a good-ass quarterback. Yep. So it is not the end of the world. He is now with the Cleveland Browns. And I wish the best for Shedeur Sanders. This was not a knock on Shedeur Sanders in any kind of way. This was specifically about single parenthood and how dysfunctional single parenthood is. Even when the single parent is a father. Steve Young. Facts. Shedeur Sanders is going to be just fine. But just for the record, I'm a Rams fan, so fuck all y'all teams. So as a Rams fan, fuck the Cleveland Browns, fuck the Atlanta Falcons, fuck all y'all teams. Sorry, I'm a Rams fan. We going to the playoffs. We win in the Super Bowl. All of y'all sorry ass teams are just going to be watching us hold up the Lombardi trophy for the 2nd time in 5 years, and all y'all teams going to be looking stupid. The Lions going to suck. The Eagles, we're going to have a problem with the Eagles, but Cleveland Browns going to suck with Shedeur Sanders, but all y'all teams going to suck because the Rams are going to win the Super Bowl this year. The Steelers are going to suck. Oh, yeah, Kurt Warner. Oh, yeah, the Rams quarterback, Kurt Warner. Kurt Warner wasn't drafted at all. That nigga was bagging groceries. So, yeah. Wait, what? The Rams suck. They barely beat the Bengals. But they beat the Bengals. What are you talking about? Do the Bengals even have a Super Bowl ring? Wait. Do the Bengals have a Super Bowl? Oh, wait. I want Google to say it. Do the Bengals have a Super Bowl ring? I want y'all to hear it. It won't say it. It won't say it. Okay, I'll read it out. It says, no, the Cincinnati Bengals have not won a Super Bowl. And you said the Rams suck? So what you're essentially saying is the LA Rams snatched the opportunity, the only opportunity that y'all will ever have from you. The Rams literally just reached inside of your chest and just snatched your heart out of your chest. Is that what you're saying, Felicia? The LA Rams literally just reached inside the Cincinnati Bengals chest and just pulled out their hearts and just dropped it on the ground. Is that what you're saying, Felicia? Talking about the Rams. And first of all, the Rams were supposed to beat the damn Eagles. So fuck the Eagles too. So to all of the Eagles fans in the chat, we were supposed to win the Super Bowl, not y'all. Y'all remember, in the damn snow, we were 13 yards away from winning the Super Bowl or going to the Super Bowl. Because we would easily beat the damn the Commanders. So to the Eagles fans, that is not your Lombardi trophy. I'm a little angry, okay? Okay? Because the Rams are the new dynasty, not the Eagles. I need the Eagles to go sit down somewhere. Okay? I love you. They're not really a better team than the Bengals. We got 2 rings. The Bengals have no rings. What are you talking about? Y'all don't be quiet. See, that's why I'm hating on the Eagles, because the Eagles have 2 Super Bowl rings like we do. So we're kind of even with the Eagles, but it's over. The Rams, and then next year, when we get one of the Mannings, it's over. So I'm about to go, y'all. I just wanted to shit on all of y'all NFL teams just for a second. All of y'all teams suck except for the Rams. So shout out to y'all. All y'all teams are gonna suck. And none of y'all teams are going to make the playoffs. The Rams are the only team that's going to make the playoffs. I just got to, glaze my own team for a minute, pause. But it is what it is. But, yes, we stopped. You stopped Kansas City's 3-peat. You did. Yeah. Shout out to Shedeur Sanders. He just got picked up by the Cleveland Browns. Go Bears. The Bears suck. Shout out to you, Tiny 2.0, but the Bears suck. All y'all teams suck. So I want to say this, though, and this is something that y'all probably haven't thought of. I need every last one of you watching to become an LA Rams fan before it's too late. Because once the 2025 season starts, all of your teams are going to suck. So this is your only opportunity to cut your team off right now and become an LA Rams fan right now. So I need everybody, right? Miss Lady, let's go. Forget about the Eagles. I need everybody watching to become an LA Rams fan right now. Dallas Cowboys is trash. No, yes, sir. No, no, sir. Your name need to be no, sir. Dallas Cowboys ain't won a Super Bowl since 1972. So just stop. But this is your only chance. I'm trying to help y'all. All right. I'm trying to help y'all out right now. Everybody watching, become an LA Rams fan right now before it's too late, because all of your teams are going to suck. I'm just trying to help y'all. All right. So I'm sad. I'm a sad Bears fan. Come be a Rams fan, y'all. The Saints, they gonna suck. I'm trying to help y'all, because all y'all teams gonna suck. We give the Rams 30 years to catch up. See, the NFL is a what have you done for me lately, world. And the Cowboys ain't did nothing. Cowgirls still talking about 5 rings. They got it in the 80s. Exactly. So y'all have a good rest of y'all day. This was a fun conversation. The Cincinnati Bengals, they suck. All y'all teams suck. So drop football emojis in the chat if y'all are football fans. Drop football emojis in the chat. Drop football emojis in the chat. Drop football emojis in the chat. I used to live in LA. Okay, Mr. Let Go. I'll jump on the bandwagon. Yes, good. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Who else? Shout out to Brian. Let's go. We just got a new Rams fan. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We just got a new Rams fan. Shout out to Brian. So right now, this is the NFL draft of Rams fans. How about that? Let's hold an NFL draft of Rams fans. So for the first round, we pick Brian Ryekinis. I can't say your last name. But for the first round, we pick Brian. All right. So we got more picks. Who else? Yes, sir. Are you going to become a Rams fan? Come on. October 3074. Are you a Rams fan? Let's go. This is the NFL draft for Rams fans. Let's go. October 3074. You have to say, I am now a Rams fan. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. For our second pick in the NFL draft, we pick October 3074. Let's go. Oh, okay. Brian, our first round pick for the Rams fans draft is Brian Rinkowitz. Shout out to you. Miss Lady, boo, boo. Come on, y'all. Who else? Tiny 2.0. Come on, man. Nobody? Who's going to be who's coming with us? Who's going to be a Rams fan? There we go. Let's go. I am now a Rams fan. Let's go. Me never. Boo. All right. Boo. Quilola? Is that the right pronunciation of your name? Quilola? You may want to be a Rams fan because Chicago sucks. But, yes, represent Isaiah. Let's go, Isaiah. Let's go, Rams. Let's go. Let's go. So, for the third pick of the 2025 NFL draft, we pick Isaiah. Come on, y'all. Can you do a football pool this year? Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. I'm just learning that, so many of y'all are football fans. So yes, I can do that. Let's see. Coming with me. Oh, never mind. I was going to pull up something. Oh, shit. Okay, I'll do this. That will be awesome. I'm turning in more now. Wait, Felicia, what will be awesome? You becoming a Rams fan? Seahawks better than Rams. Yeah, right. I'd rather be a 49ers fan. Oh, that's disgusting. You need to be blocked for saying that. I'm not going to block you, but you need to be blocked for saying something about the 49ers. The 49ers is gross. It's pronounced Quilola. Okay. Quilola. Okay. Shout out to Quilola. Okay. Shout out to y'all. All right, y'all. I'm finna go. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day. I'm finna go check the draft out and see who the LA Rams are about to draft. Talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day. But before y'all go, I need y'all to do something for me. Before y'all go, I need y'all to do something for me. Do not go yet. Hold on, it's loading. Something is wrong with my computer. So do not go yet. I need y'all to do this.
I am 5 days into the online course, and I have had so many epiphany moments throughout this week. Throughout my whole life, I have just kept it moving.
So I need y'all to click the link in the chat. I need y'all to click the link in the chat and buy this attachment style course. It's only $15. So everybody watching, I need y'all to go in the chat and buy my attachment style course. Hold on, let me get the link. I'm about to drop the link in the chat right now. The course is only $15. The course, is only $14.99. So click the link that I just dropped in the chat and buy my emotional attachment course. It's only $14.99. Let me get 20 people watching to buy my emotional attachment course. It's only $14.99. It's only $14.99. Get the course.
So I am 5 days into the online course, and I have had so many epiphany moments throughout this week. Throughout my whole life, I have just kept it moving. And you have, through your course, really shown me that in order to move forward, you got to look back, and identifying those childhood traumas and how they have now created these adult behaviors in toxic relationships. In my responses has really been eye-opening. The course is laid out perfectly when it comes to helping and taking those steps and doing those activities to really dive deep and getting your male perspective. But it's great that you prepare us in our mindset. So I appreciate you. And I appreciate this program, and I'm so excited to jump into week 2. So thank you, Coach. See you next session.
Buy this course, y'all. It's only $14.99. October 3074, she bought it. It's only $14.99. It's a 5-part course. It's life-changing. Get this course. It's only $14.99. Hit the link either under this video. You'll see a picture of the course, or either hit the link that is pinned at the top of the chat. Everybody buy this course. Look for this picture under my video. This picture of this girl. Hit the link and buy this. What the hell? Here it is. Right here. Hit this link under this video and buy this course. It's only $14.99. Talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day.